And tonight we're missing a few people, unfortunately. Two are out because they're sick. My brother Tony, who plays Ocelot Deadeyes, and his roommate David, who plays Vincent, is also out. And Sensei, as Sure You Kitten, playing Relentless Knight, is not able to make it tonight. But with that, from left to right, introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Katie Cat. I also stream on Twitch, and I am playing Aelin Galathinius, and she's a rogue.
Hi, this is John Damos. I play you and Eric Okra, Owl Cleric. Continue to sort of try to keep these people alive, or I'll just mash people in the face with the mace. Sounds just as fun.
Kella. Wow, I lost that accent real quick. I'm Azir. I'm a rogue, but I used to be a fighter, but I'm real bad at it now, and I like the drink. That's all.
I'm playing Kali, a blind monk from the frozen north who has come south searching for her master, and is pissed because her master just got away.
And this is Justin. I'm at Venomous Edge on Twitter. And I'm playing Hrothgar Bloodbeard, the Dwarven Berserker.
All right. And as we left off last week, after clearing out the werejackals and the cultists of Mankafa, and he escaped with Kali's master, disappearing in a flash of light. And we're going to start with the group in the kitchen.
Okay.
Which is Azir, you, Aelin, and I will be repping Relentless Knight.
I was searching the kitchen for yeasts and things that I could use in my brew.
All right. Give me investigation for that one.
I'm very nearsighted.
They're like, since everything's on the table together, it's all labeled. You can find a few yeasts and other things you need, but you pick up every single item and read every single label. So it's going to take you some time.
Okay.
And since the guy who's playing Bobby the Box has not gotten to me in like a week and a half, his character is dead. The jackals have eaten him for the most part, and there's just a body that you can't even make out on the table. And I'm going to do this token.
Goodbye.
So, look, I found paprika.
Whoa. Paprika makes beautiful mulled and spiced wine, and that reminds me that I should check this kitchen for sweet, sweet drink.
Relentless looks over at you guys and goes, I'm going to go check on Callie and the others. He goes running out.
And we never see him again. Oh, ouch.
Oh.
Good start to the day,
You,
gentlemen.
So you're just like looking for alcohol.
Yeah, I find water and think it's alcohol.
You find vinegar.
Yeah, you pick up an unlabeled bottle and you're just like swishing it around, and you're just like, I can't really tell through the green tint of this glass, but I'll try it. And you take a swig, and you realize you took too large of a swig because you just took a lot of vinegar down your throat.
That is fine. This is what is vinegar but the wine that has been sat too long. I continue drinking it. Do I need to make a con saving throw?
As you guys are in there going through some things, a couple of the servants in the other room come walking in,
Through the not busted door, or through the door that the
through
Hrothgar
the
busted down?
busted door. They're coming through the south end.
That
That's
doesn't
wide
like
open.
this.
Yeah. And they look in and they're just like, oh, we'll prepare some food for you if you give us some time. I didn't realize everyone was so hungry.
Kind of look up, half guilty at his ear, like, all right, I guess we'll leave then.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
lean into Hrothgar a little bit as he walks past and is like, do you think we should trust these people's food? Like, there is about an 80% chance, I would say, that we're about to eat jackal.
Oh no. They're so disgusting. We don't eat them. But on another note, how do you feel about other sentient forms of life?
Ah, see, there it is. I knew there was
And she
something.
looks over to the destroyed body on the meat slab table to the side. We have
Is it-
other forms of meat. We know people are.
Are you
Enjoy.
suggesting we eat elf meat? That's fucking sick.
Servant, do you have any eyeballs?
She literally points over to the body on the other one, and she's like, if you give me a moment, I can get them for you.
That would be fantastic. Thank you.
And she
God.
bows, and she like walks over, and a few others come in, and she waves over, and she's like, prepare some sheep meat and goat meat. You know, nothing human for you guys. And are you guys gonna exit the kitchen now, or are you still gonna mess
I'm
around?
It
wandering over
looks-
here.
Yeah, it looks like that half elf is snuck off. So Hrothgar's got to keep an eye on him.
All right. So while you guys are out here, Aelin, I'm gonna keep you there.
Fine.
Well, Callie, you are the only one, and Vincent's standing there, and you hear him go, they just disappeared in a flash of light. And you hear the folds of his book come out, and he's writing notes, and he's like, I believe that's some kind of whatever it is, because I cannot remember off the top of my head, for transportation magic. And then he just like turns around. You hear him just turn around and walk out.
I throw my spear that direction.
Okay. You hear it clang and clatter across the floor. And then you hear Riveras turn and look at you, and she's just like, they're gone, dear. They escaped with a teleportation spell. But I will applaud your amount of effort. And you hear her walk over and pick up your spear off the ground. And then you hear her walk back over, and she's like, but please don't go throwing that recklessly. I don't want you to damage any of the items in my room that they haven't trashed already. And she hands you back your spear.
I'll take my spear back kind of angrily and then kind of give her like a polite nod and walk out like, ah!
And so, oops, I wrote them. So, Emir and Alma are standing here, and she looks over and she's asking them about what happened. And you guys can come walking back into the main room now. Relentless comes walking up to you, Callie. He's asking how you're doing. How are you doing? I saw you charge the man in the hood, but I was quite busy and I couldn't exactly tell what was happening.
Man in the hood was my master. He was here.
Oh, God damn, what's his name? Tanzai? I don't know. Tanzer Zaire was here. Did you see the artifact on him? Did you see my master?
There was.
I mean, did you hear my master? Sorry, I'm just.
There was some woman talking to him. He stunned me and then ran out and according to Revera's there, they teleported away.
Vincent steps over and he goes, Relentless, what does your master look like? I saw them standing with a few figures. I only got a glimpse. Relentless turns and he's just like, he's a dragonborn. And Vincent's eyebrow raises and he goes, I saw a white dragonborn, I believe, standing there. And he's like, my master has blue scales. And Vincent goes, I'm sorry. I guess it wasn't him then. And he steps back again. I didn't mean to cut you off too hard, John.
No, that's all right. I'm just very upset right now. Words are at a loss.
Can I see how upset she is from where I am?
Give me a perception check.
Oh man, my wee little peepers. Hey.
You can very much see it's just describe the look. Callie.
Just a scowl on my face. You can see my fist is clenched around my spear.
You do feel a giant paw come down on your shoulder to comfort you.
Rothgar will come over. I'm sorry we didn't get him. I was too distracted. But next time.
Next time, he won't have so many jackals in his way.
Let's hope not.
And Riveris walks up and she goes, it didn't sound like their partnership was too stable, but they took all of my treasure, items, and artifacts. And by the bit of conversation I heard, it sounds like he was looking for something I may have had. But Minkafa stole it, and he planned on making a trade for my life. Coward knew he couldn't fight me by himself. And she looks over at Amir and Alma. Or Amir looks over at her and he goes, well, I'm going to go back to my duties of protecting the air temple, since everything seems to be in order. And you hear a gust of wind and he just vanishes.
What? Fucking magic.
And Alma looks over and she's just like, I came back to tell you how your trading business was going, but things seem to be quite out of control. So I'll save that for later. And Riveris now asks everybody to gather up in front of her over here. And you hear Ocelot messing around with the instruments off to the side and peek up and go, oh, yes, and walk over. And she looks at you guys and goes, so I got the feeling you didn't come to the temple to go through my riddles and receive a reward, which you will receive. So what is your true purpose in coming here?
Well, Rothgar is glaring at this Alma character. Is that a drow?
It is a drow.
Okay, that's the first he's seen her, I think, because she dropped down off the ceiling when I went to the kitchen.
Yeah, you weren't even in the room when she showed up, so yeah.
So I have my weapon, like, not readied, but halfway readied. Yeah, it's out. And he looks over at Riveris and kind of growls at her, like, have you seen a snake lady? That's what I'm here to kill. Still convinced that Lamia are snake ladies.
She raises an eyebrow and she's like, no.
Damn, another job we missed.
What? Somebody hired you to come out here and kill a snake lady?
As I understand it, yeah.
She just looks around and looks at the rest of the group.
Who's
Does
that
any-
fellow there on the pillows before he turned into a big guy and left?
Wait, he hired you to come out here and kill a snake lady? What was the request he gave you? And you see like Relentless kind of like step back, scratching his head.
Number's not too keen, but something kill a snake lady, I believe. Azir, you remember, right? I guess not.
I don't know about them, but
Definitely.
we were kidnapped and brought here against our will.
While on a mission to deliver a box, which is nowhere to be found now.
I still have the box.
Yeah, she still has the box. The jackals never got to take
Just
it.
kidding.
So you hear Relentless like step up, and he's just like, the old man sitting on the pillow hired us to. He said, Alamia had been causing trouble in the air temple out here, and he was a worshiper, and he wanted her taken care of. And he was willing to pay a lot for it. 100 gold a person. And, well, he was here when we got here, and I think he hired us to kill you.
And now the weapon's readied.
And she just starts laughing. Looks at Hrothgar and goes, do you really think he's going to pay you if you somehow defeat me now? He sent his jackals and cultists upon you.
That may be true. Tell me where you're hiding them. Then he'll pay, once you're dead.
You hear Vincent speak up, and he's like, they got away. They used, I believe, a teleportation spell or something along those lines to escape.
More like she's a witch and she banished them. Speak the truth, witch. He's gonna step up on you. Like, you better tell her.
She's looking straight down at you, and like hands on side of hips, leans down and looks at you and goes, they escaped. But if he hired you to kill me, how do you feel about me hiring you to kill him? You will be paid. I'll pay you before. Plus,
Hey.
you'll get the bonuses from completing my riddles.
If you left with my master, I'm in.
She smiles over in your direction, even though you can't see it.
Rothgar turns kind of shocked looking at Kali, but of course she probably doesn't have much of a reaction to that. Well, look, I don't like leaving a job undone. I swore I'd do hers first. So if she says we don't kill you, then I don't kill you. But the price should go up. This has been quite a headache.
She reaches for a small bag around her hips and goes, I believe I have some things that can be of interest of you. And she holds it upside down and just starts shaking it and pulling items out. And you realize it's a bag of holding, and just things are dumping out of it. And she goes, you can have whatever coins I have, and everyone may select one item that from here.
All right, can I like super perk up at that and roll an investigation to see what's there?
Look at the party sheet and click on inventory.
Oh.
Whoa, look at all them loots.
Almost everything I think is identified. If there isn't anything and you have a question, let me know.
How many of these do I get?
You may select one, she said. You immediately
Got
see Relentless like walk over, bend down, and pick up a pair of brass knuckles that across them one says thoughts and the other one says prayers.
Wow.
And he picks them up and holds them in his hands. And he goes, I think I would like these. And he slides them onto his fingers. And as he does, he can feel the magic radiating through it.
Host connection lost.
Oh, God.
Oh.
I'll be back in a second, unfortunately.
Oh, no magic dagger. This
I've
is
set the
very
stream
sad.
for be right back.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of torn between two items right now.
Oh, I know what you should do.
What do you suggest for our collie?
The eye.
I'm not prying out an eye.
Bring me a spoon. I'll help you.
I'm just saying, we can fix this blind thing.
I'm not missing an eye.
I mean, you could be. I do have some daggers. I'm just saying.
How messed up would it be if you scooped it out with a spoon, put that in, and it just like magically gave you what you already had, which is nothing, so you just still don't see.
That is true. We cannot. It does say through a tiny orb as though it were a normal eye, and that can be shown in one of two ways. Normal as in normal healthy eye, or normal as in normal for you?
Yeah.
John, what items are you thinking about? That javelin of lightning smells like a spear to me.
Yeah, Javelin of Lightning or the Cloak of Protection? Leaning more towards the Javelin of Lightning, to be honest.
Yeah, because you can key point your defensive stance if you really had to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
it
think
went
the-
away.
Yeah.
Cloak is probably going to be good on either of the rogues.
Yeah.
I was looking at those boots of springing and jumping or whatever, because it brings your base movement speed up to 30. Which mine
Oh,
isn't
nice.
because I'm a dwarf.
You'll be walking like an elf.
Jumping even further.
But do you really want to be associated similar to an elf?
Hmm. Well,
That'll be
you know, my
something you have to live
character's
with.
actually never met an elf until this adventure. It's a
Hello.
superstition that he holds. So
Hello,
he's
it's me.
and she has a few things in her favor. She's only a half elf, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
could easily be
Yeah.
convinced that they don't hold the power to steal my thoughts when they look at me. And then she also has that character trait of she doesn't look people in the eyes very often. So
Nope,
I could respect that in time.
I do not.
start telling her, bow your head, elf.
Rude.
I would say lift your chin up because I'm down here. I don't want her bowing it and looking at me.
Lower your head in the presence of your betters.
I'm just living my life. Can't tell me what to do.
Well, does anyone want to contest me on those boots, or do you want a more mobile tank in your party?
You can have boots.
I would say you can have them, but I haven't gotten back in to actually read them yet. So, but most likely you can have them because I'm pretty sure my speed's already 30.
Yeah, yours is.
Is our blind monk not going to be blind anymore?
I mean,
See, look, everyone else thinks the same thing I do.
I think she
Man.
finds that item highly offensive.
Oh,
I
I'm
feel
sorry.
like I missed something.
I think she doesn't even see that item.
Really?
You did. I tried to convince John to take the magic eye.
Eat the eye. Eat it. He just flies over, picks it up, and then does that awkward thing, like where they throw their head back and like just swallow something.
Yeah, servers up.
Like you eating eyeballs.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
I
surprised
don't know if you
you
guys saw my little emote there.
I did actually. I was just too far away to really comment on it. Plus, I saw you do it the first time, so if it didn't bother me then, it's not going to bother me now.
Yes, I should leave.
Maybe you should take the fake eye, so that you can suck on it. Like a
That's what I was gonna say. Like he's watch, like he'll just fly down, pick it up, and eat it before anyone has a chance to actually use it.
And then Ravirus will be showing over like, "That's your one item. That wasn't food. That's all you get."
That would probably be a legitimate thing she'd say. Also with the question of, why?
I can use items inside me, right?
You can now see inside your stomach.
I think that
That's,
one.
I mean, that's how
says it has
potions
to be.
work.
Well, but owls also throw things up as pellets, so like he could throw it up completely intact later.
Hey guys,
At least
I
it
am a
wasn't
bag
up
of holding.
But
What'd you say, Jack?
at least it wasn't up a raccoon's butt.
I'll eat those too.
I have a
Is everyone
pretty-
back with me?
I just got back. Yeah.
There is an item in there just called pull that's not identified.
Just called pull. I'm gonna
I can
And metal
identify
tube.
them for you, Kelly.
hang on.
And metal tube.
It doesn't, exactly tell me what's identified and what's not, so I have to read the name and go, is it there?
The metal tube is probably going to be your
It's a power pole.
what's the item that Amir has?
Thoughts and prayers.
No.
Unmoving, something
The
like
other
that.
A moving rod.
There you go.
Yeah.
I kind of want the boots of false tracks.
That's really good for a rogue. You should take it. I think I'll take the striding boots. It didn't sound like anyone wanted to contest me on that.
How do I say that I want this?
Just
You
click
quite-
it and drag it into your inventory with the little shield.
Yeah. You also quite literally say that to like Ravirez, like let her know what you're taking.
Okay, so I go through things, seem kind of disappointed, and then I just pick up the boots and say, "I'll take these, thank you."
All right, drag and drop them into your inventory.
Hey Azir, did you check out that ever smoking bottle?
I did. It's interesting, but I don't think I'm super interested in it. I do have it. I have all these little things like organized on things I don't want and things I might want. So I'm still reading through some of the stuff and hoping one of them is just a dagger that's just not quite listed as a dagger.
I don't believe I put any weapons in this one yet.
Oh, that's okay.
So, Rothko's not really going to say anything to Ravirus, but he's just going to sit down and start taking off his old boots and stuff those into the bag and then pull out the boots of striding and springing.
I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
All right. She looks at you and goes, I see you have selected your item.
Yep. I've walked through the desert for many years, and a fresh pair of boots is the best way to do it.
Holy shit. The pole of collapsing is basically, what's it called? The Yukatai or whatever? The Monkey King's weapon?
Yeah, or Goku's power pole.
We have very different cultural references there.
Well,
Although I
Goku
guess-
is based on Journey to the West, which is
Yeah,
based
I
on
was a-
Monkey King. So
Yeah, I was about to say that Goku basically is the Monkey King, though.
yeah, in Dragon Ball, he actually had the monkey tail. And the flying cloud.
I've been reading a manhwa based on the Monkey King, Journey to the West. It's like a modern take on the resurrection of the Monkey King. It's pretty awesome. I love that story. All right, I do think I have made my decision. I believe that I would like to take the
Holy
gloves
shit.
of missile snaring.
Well, once this thunder comes down outside my room, go ahead.
Yay! And Azir puts them on. And they meld into my hands.
All right.
Kali will feel around for an item, and the first one she comes across is the javelin.
All right. Give me just a second, because I'm sorry. I was taking care of Ocelot. But
Is he dying?
no, Ocelot reaches over and picks up the loot.
Those sending stones would be dope too, but I already chose an item.
Oh no.
Hang on. What's that item called again, John? The
Javelin of lightning.
okay.
What's the matter, Azir?
I've messed up.
Why?
Well, wait until I get back around to this. You.
I don't know.
Oh man, that was a lot of lightning outside. I just saw.
Is it because I picked up the javelin of lightning?
Yeah, it must be. Do you have a shield, you? Because your weapon's one-handed.
I do have a shield. I was looking at that one.
Can be made out of whichever one you want.
Yeah, let's take us a metal shield.
John, how do I take away all the initiatives in the combat tracker?
Down at the bottom menu, initiative, clear initiatives.
John, do you remember what the jump
Thank you.
values are for high jumps and long jumps?
For a high jump, well, for a long jump, it is a standing long jump is half of your strength score. A running long jump is your strength score, and then a high jump, I think it's 1 plus your strength modifier, or half of that. I have to look that up again.
Okay.
Oh crap! I can't. Vincent wrong.
A high jump is 3 plus your strength modifier if you do move at least 10 feet before the jump. If you make a standing high jump, it's half that distance.
Okay. And everybody gets some gold, copper, and silver.
Yay.
And she looks out at you guys and goes, well, I guess you'll need some things to help you along your way as well. And since you completed my riddles. So, and she goes, she holds up the sending stone to you guys and holds the other one. She's like, so you can always send me a message and give me progress on killing that bastard. I'll give you another reward once you complete the task. And she goes, you can take all the health potions I have, which she has 6. And she waves,
May I make a
Alma-
trade beforehand?
hang on. She waves Alma over and goes, some of the ointments you make, and those go hum tom ointments, she places 4 on the floor for you guys. And yes, Hrothgar, she does walk up next to you and place them. A trade. What do you have in mind?
The shield of expression for the cloak of protection.
Yeah, Hrothgar has no noticeable reaction to a drow, actually. He seems okay with her.
Okay.
They're not true elves to him.
She goes, as you wish. Take the cloak out. You can drag and drop the shield back into the party sheet, by the way.
This is done.
Can I also retcon my item just because I read it wrong and I actually can't use it?
Why?
Because you have to have one hand free for its effect to work, and I'm a
You
dual wielder.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just gonna switch out the gloves for the bottle.
The bottle of everlasting smoke.
Yeah, the ever smoking bottle.
Okay.
Gloves are back in. Bottle is out.
All right. Did everybody? There are 6 health potions in the party sheet. Every one of you guys can take one, and Relentless will also take one.
Thank you very much. You guys are very nice people. You know that?
And then the ointments, the Kohantom ointments. If you guys see them, there are 4. Who would like to take them? Relentless also takes one. There are 2 left.
Apply to the skin, the creature.
I'll take one.
I heard Aelin.
I will also take one.
All right. And she picks up one last item. And she turns to both the rogues, turns to Azir and Aelin and goes, one of you should probably hold on to this as well to help you along your way. It will be of assistance. And she holds out the charm of opening. So one of you can take it.
I do not. I believe, Aelin, I believe you might be better with the tools than I am. Perhaps you should have it.
I will take it.
All right, drag and drop that.
I don't see it on here.
It should be at the top. It's
Oh.
in alphabetical order.
I see it. Sorry.
Relentless takes one of the sending stones from her hand. I hope this pleases you as a start to my request and for completing my riddles. And I will have another reward after you kill Menkatha and retrieve some of the items he has stolen from me that I would like back.
This does seem fair.
It is pretty late. I have rooms available for everyone to stay in. Well, a big room with lots of beds in it.
If I stay, excuse me, if I stay, do I have to eat the person that was in the kitchen?
They'll cook you something else.
Oh, that is good. That is good. Follow-up question. If the half-elf eats the person in the kitchen, is that full-on cannibalism or is it just half?
She just looks at you and shrugs, and it's just like,
You're asking the real questions.
you see one of the servants come up to her, and like, the room is now, by the way, bodiless. The servants have cleared out all the cultists and jackals. They're cleaning up the last of the blood. They're refixing the table's silverware that you guys destroyed, and any that's missing. And one comes up and goes,
Zero whistles.
Mistress, there's some other things you might want to learn about. And you hear her whisper, and she's whispering about the room to the south end with all the corpses in it. And she just like anger across her face, and she goes, he really wanted to get me for this. What could he have stolen from me? And then you see her look over at Callie and call over, the blind one. What was your name again? Callie, I believe.
Yes, what is it?
What is your master after? Why would he team up with a Lamia?
He had stolen an artifact from our temple. I do not know exactly what the artifact does. There's just rumors and legends around it. But he absconded with it, and I intend to retrieve it in return.
I had many powerful artifacts, all stolen. Thank you. Maybe you will find out the truth or more answers when you finally track them down. And then she goes, well, if any of you would like, you may join me in the bathroom, in the bathing room.
Whoa! So both of those. Before Hrothgar even moves, he's actually now standing, like, judgingly staring straight at Alma and looking her up and down.
Alma is, like, visibly a little distraught and kind of, like, her face isn't looking towards you, but her eyes are. Like, she doesn't want to take her eyes off you, but she doesn't want to look directly at you.
Mm-hmm. She's a little nervous, you might say.
Yeah, she's a little shy and nervous. Matter of fact, here.
Oops.
Are you about to get the full picture here?
Yeah.
Straight from your porn collection?
Yeah, why not? I looked up a dozen pictures of Drow, but I was like, no, I already picked one. I'm not going to change it. So that's just the one she gets.
Okay. Well, he's gonna ask her a question as he, like, narrows his little peepers at her, which are bright red, glowing under this dread helm. So I can understand that she's a little squeamish.
Yeah, she is.
Hey, you. Have you ever been a guest of the Desert Wolf?
She like lowers her head and turns it away more, and she says, like, I know not of this Desert Wolf. And gift, you mean no. If I think I understand you.
Insight check.
All right, give me an insight check. she's being very truthful. It's pretty obvious by the look on her face. She's telling the truth.
He just crosses his arms over his broad chest and is like, and walks off. No longer interested.
You kind of hear her like mumbling to herself a bit about, that was her wolf?
So we're going to a bathhouse? Is that what was suggested? Is that what Revirus was saying?
I think so. Or that we could if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Is anybody interested in that?
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Host connection lost.
That's the answer.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I was waiting.
Yeah, he did say there was a storm.
Mhm.
Let's switch to Be Right Back.
This poor stream.
And then we get to do the obligatory school trip bathhouse episode of this anime.
Mhm.
Are we going into the bathhouse / beach episode?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm really glad Ocelot's not here tonight. That's one
Ocelot
frisky-
has blood streaming from his nose. Calm the fuck down, Master.
I try to seduce them. I try to seduce them.
You know, I feel like if he was here, or you know what, we'll have Jag do it just for shits and giggles. Nat 20. Reverse is seduced.
You can have anything you want.
Did you guys see the first episode where he tried to seduce me?
Yep. Yes, I did.
That caught me off guard, but I don't know what I expected. Should have known better.
I think the next time I play a bard, it's going to be a bard who's in a devoted, serious relationship. Just
Play a
break the trope.
Play a celibate virgin bard.
I definitely think the next time I'm gonna like specifically seek out for a D&D stereotype and just play the exact opposite.
The
Maybe I'll play
the fighter who's afraid of everything.
the wizard who was a C student. I'll play a wizard who was a C student. Call it George W. Bush.
The W is for wizard.
Yeah. George Wizard
I
Bush.
like it.
I did smoke the skunk weed, but I did not inhale.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go refill my drink while we're waiting for him to get back.
Oh, that's a good call. I'm gonna do that too.
As a wizard, are you able to take cantrips from other classes?
There are some ways to do it, and there are a bunch of the other classes' cantrips that do technically still apply for wizards. But for the most part, no.
As a wizard, your only thing, sacred flames. C student, extraordinary.
No, wizards have by far the highest different, because like if you look at other classes' cantrips, most of the time it'll say cleric, like comma wizard or so.
Yeah. I think I saw
Wizard
that a
can
couple
learn
times.
like everything, almost. Not to mention, a min-maxer who was playing a wizard would take single levels in a couple other classes. That way you end up learning like a billion cantrips for every situation. Especially if you do cleric level 1, because then you're you can basically, as a wizard, then if you have cleric level 1, you can pretty much all the best spells in cleric you can access then.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it gets kind of insane. Wizard is my normal class. That's what I play most times, but now I'm playing a cleric in the other scenario, and I'm playing a rogue here because there were two classes I didn't really know anything about, and I wanted to learn about them.
I'm back.
I'm not a very smart guy, but if you do have any questions about your cleric going forward, I do have a level like 18 one, so I might be able to help. And John here is our general rules guy, so he knows better than I do.
Welcome back. I also do a lot of programming in Fantasy Grounds, so if you have any troubles with that, I can help you.
Think about it as I am wanting to help, but not very smart. And John here is also wanting to help, and he is very smart.
I'll come to you with simple questions then. I'm kidding. I've also been watching like a bunch of like random YouTube videos. Like, here's a bunch of information about cleric. Yes.
If you have any questions about extremely obscure nomadic tribes, definitely ask me that, like real life ones.
Lightning just struck, I guess, pretty close to my house. My power didn't go out, but the internet did, and I'm waiting for it to come back.
You know what that means, Jack.
That even weather is attacking me now?
No, that God wants you to leave Florida. It has bad internet, and their internet goes down when God smites it.
Maybe the lightning striking near his house will fix his internet.
Well, it's not coming back, so I think it busted it.
I think this stream was doomed today.
Yeah, I gotta call Spectrum.
Okay.
Good luck.
Yeah, I don't know when it'll be back. Sorry.
It's just a short shopping episode. We got some items. Got a little bit of a quest.
Welcome to the filler episode of D&D.
Yeah.
The echo is killing me. Where's that coming from?
He's on his phone, so any sound coming out of his phone's going right back into it.
Oh.
Yeah, so. All
Set
right,
yourself
I'm
up.
gonna call Spectrum.
Okay.
There we go.
So we are.
Christmas is canceled.
We're having technical difficulties to the streamers. In the meantime, we are going to do our sketch act.
I
Put
think
that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
I'm gonna run to Texas and give Aylin a high five. I'll be right back.
Thank you. So help me. So help me. And cut.
I wonder if I could play his PlayStation through remote play while remote playing his computer.
Dude, try it.
You know he's at the party right now on the stream looking at this. Like, what are they up to?
He's like,
Why
don't
is
you
why is
dare.
it be right back all the time?
Alright. So we have PS4 controller now. Let's hook that in.
So, are you just gonna let the stream rock, or are you gonna end it, or I don't know what to do.
Are we
Is the stream
done?
Still going?
Stream is still going.
Okay, I will go ahead and take care of entertaining our streamers.
Well, I think
to
we're
do
on
that,
hold right now.
I will be reading a book today. It is called The Story of My Life, Pimped by a Mr. Iceberg Slim.
Travis, I think we have a be right back screen up right now. I don't know if they can hear you.
I think they can still hear. Oh no, I think the Be Right Back doesn't have a mic. Hold on, I can check this. Yeah, they can hear us.
Oh snap!
Wonderful.
You've heard all your racist comments. I'm just kidding.
Wait, what racist comments? I don't remember.
I'm just
racist
kidding. You didn't make any. You did good.
comments. You freaked me out slightly there.
I'm sorry.
Now we know why I refuse to say my name on this podcast.
Well, I mean, I call you
Say
Travis
my
all the time.
name, say my name.
It's okay. There's a lot of Travises out there.
Yeah.
Dawn was breaking as the big hog scooted through the streets. My 5 whores were chatting like drunk magpies. I smelled the stink that only a street whore has after a long and busy night. Wow.
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 I'm not gonna lie. I had read reviews about this book being like the most realistic and tragic account of that part of the culture, but that's page 1, guys. The inside of my nose was raw. It happens when you're a pig for snorting cocaine. That's the next line.
Oh, you actually can't really read that because it violates Twitch TOS.
Really?
Yeah, I'm covering for Sensei here. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I was gonna stop anyway, actually, because I legitimately did not think this book was gonna be this real.
As it turns out, I cannot play his PlayStation from his computer.
Oh, that's upsetting.
Just go through and delete all his files. Oh, Dark Souls save gone. What's the TOS on those song requests though? Because aren't those licensed, or is it because they're through YouTube? It's fine.
So
No,
it's really
Alien was
tricky.
making that up so that I stopped reading about whores.
No, it's a real thing, I'm sure.
It's tricky because yes, it is technically against terms of service, but because everyone does it, it's kind of hard to like really enforce.
Ban everyone.
If you stream and you play copyrighted music in your stream, so like I have a Spotify playlist that I'll play if I'm doing like Fortnite or something, it will mute your recording of the stream at those areas because like it's not as bad as if it's real time. But if it's something where it could be like mass produced and replayed, like a video of it, then they mute that to help cut down copyright. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they have like an algorithm that just detects that and cancels it.
Yeah.
Oh, I've discovered that it should be fine because that is the forward to the book, and if you go to the book's website, it actually has the forward already listed there for public consumption. So
It's not about that though.
Fine.
You can't talk about drug usage or endorse drug usage. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I could talk about prostitution.
As long as it's not like sexually explicit.
I mean, there are plenty of people who whore themselves out on Twitch already, so.
You could say, yesterday I got a prostitute. You can't say, yesterday I got a prostitute. We went to the hotel and we did XYZ.
Okay.
The world has gotten significantly weirder ever since I stopped wanting to be a part of it.
We'll probably have to ask Christian to toggle off a song request during the stream then.
Yeah, he actually should. I hadn't thought about that, but you're right.
Oh well, the first 11 hours are just a hiccup. We're just getting our sea legs, our stream legs.
He could.
Week 16. Hey guys, you know what I just thought about?
Hey! I'm talking here. There's a whole like YouTube section of like free to play music, so we could use stuff from that if we wanted to, as long as it's like free to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I'll just buy the rights to every song.
Jack wanted to bring in the rhythm bot and play some like ambient stuff for his stream, so you might do that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since the stream can hear us, why don't we go through all of our tragic backstories? Just kidding.
Nah.
You have to wait.
All my friends are dead. All my friends are dead.
You does not have tragic backstory.
He's just an
Are you
owl.
even playing D&D right now?
Yes. Well, actually, right now, no, we're not playing D&D.
No, we're not.
We're staring at a loading screen.
I wish we could have somebody else host it and then just give Jack DM privileges.
That would be nice.
Because you know what's never really happened in our other campaign? This.
Well, this particular disconnect is not his fault.
That is
very true. Well, it's actually the disconnects are never Jack's fault.
It's just his internet.
It's
crap.
Spectrum's fault.
All right, but this particular one's not their fault either.
It's
one's-
Spectrum's fault most of the time, and the fact that they have a weird oleopoly that is similar to my area's oleopoly, except for my area's oleopoly is actually like usable internet.
For those of you listening at home, we're playing a drinking game. Every time he says Oleopoly, please drink, 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 to encompass the spirit of Zazier.
The good news is I'm pretty sure I actually pronounced it wrong every time.
I don't know.
And for those of you playing catch up, please drink yourself to alcohol poisoning right about now.
Yeah. I mean, I could read you the most recent thesis I wrote if everyone's interested in that.
I think the word you're looking for is oligopoly.
Yeah. I knew I was missing a G in there, especially because I can spell it. It's one of those words you generally don't say out loud, but you write a lot.
It's one of those words nobody really knows because only a select few people in the world use it.
Yeah, and those are the people that set them up.
Old white people.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's racist. Not all of them are white.
I'll tell you what, John. Let's put all of them in a hat, and we'll bet on what race.
Let's not do race on the stream.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself, my friends.
That's fine.
I found
I haven't given
Golden.
out my Facebook or Twitter. I actually don't have a Twitter.
I made a Twitter just for this.
I did, but I was thinking about it, but then I realized that was terrible. I actually do have a Twitter. I made it just so I could follow Neil deGrasse Tyson, but then I forgot how to log into it, and I never followed up on that.
Wow.
That sounds like such a truthful answer. I'm not going to insult you.
Yeah, because it's 100% true.
So this thesis then.
I have really two that I wrote recently. One of them is on the North American Native American tribes, their migration between about 1645 to 1815. And the second one is on the steppe region, the Kussards and the Turk tribes.
Uh-huh.
I also wrote one in the past about the Bloodcats, which were they were a steppe tribe. They're kind of similar to the Mongols from roughly the same region originally, but they're the ones that originally took over northern China, which then was taken by Genghis Khan later. Had their own little dynasty down there.
So what does your thesis additionally go over?
That's generally it. It's history thesis, so it doesn't really. I don't even really. The only one is I did put some opinion pieces into the North American Native American tribes, but that's because through propaganda, it is hard to piece together the exact decision-making process in the movement of the tribes.
I'm sure this is the best thing for those people listening to the stream to hear.
I could just start reading the biography of Custer.
No, you can't. That's against Twitch's rules.
Oh, that's right. Damn it.
God damn, we just did that.
But, however, what do you know of the biography of Custer?
Probably not that much. He really wasn't that interesting of a person,
It is
honestly.
a book. It is written on pages.
Yeah.
These are the things that I know.
I'd
I
say
honestly
if
can't remember that much.
the DM is not back in a few minutes here, you can probably just cut off the stream.
Yeah, probably. Really, Custer, if I'm remembering correctly, he really shouldn't have been in charge of anything. He had a really lackluster career. He wasn't very talented, and he was a drunkard. Like, he was bad enough at military command that he took a couple hundred dudes to go fight 7,000. He was outnumbered at least 10-1, possibly more like 20-1, and he ran in there with very little munitions or preparation or tactics. Just ran into the middle of it and was just like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna fire my gun in the air."
But did he die though?
Yes, horrifically by some accounts.
But we still talk about it, so it's one of the most memorable D&D campaigns in U.S. history.
I like how it's a D&D campaign.
Yeah, he just rolled a 1 on his persuasion when he fired the gun. They were like not intimidated. Oh,
Well, really, I think that the plan was a sneak attack, but he totally it's pretty clear that he fired his gun into the air while he was charging for the sneak attack. So it's more like he rolled to hide and rolled a 1.
yeah. Well, I'm sure Sensei can like edit this later too and just cut it off about 40 minutes ago. Or 20
Yeah.
Oh,
minutes,
yeah.
whatever it's been.
Probably a good bet.
Yeah, I'll end it.
I'm so sorry to all the streamers. Maybe it'll be back on, but let's just say maybe.
Probably not.
There's a good chance that the internet in southern Florida has just been decimated.
R.I.P. Southern Florida.
I mean, I feel like fiber optics generally don't have this problem.
Well, we're all supposed to have them by now.